Yo, pain in the butt. What an original name. See more better here with freeprescriptionlenses.com, but call me Mo Better, because I'm have you seen Mo Better, looking Mo Better, and I'm going to show everyone else how I bring that loving feeling back to glasses when I cut the Zeiss PhotoFusion brown lenses with DuraVision silver anti-glare for your Versace 1175B, which stands for bling, color 1002 in the 53 eye size. Let me take everything out of the original packaging. Now you got your Versace card of authenticity, your international warranty, all that stuff. Propaganda in about a million languages. Of course, the hard shell Italian leather case, your Versace cleaning cloth, and the star of the show, the main attraction, the 1175B that comes with a plastic sleeve on the left temple to protect the temples from rubbing together while it is being shipped from, hang on, let me see if my flashlight will pick this up, being shipped from Italy. All Versaces are made in Italy. You got your little Versace medallion on the temple tip, the Medusa. Same thing on that temple tip, and of course model number 1175B, color 1002, which is a gold tortoise in the 53 eye size, 17 bridge, 135 temple link. This is a semi-rimless frame, meaning there's nothing at the bottom, and look at that bling. Look at that, look at that. They just don't come any nicer. At least if you want some bling, they don't. So I need to do something a little differently on this one. I don't trace the whole frame since there's nothing at the bottom, so I need to put 2 dots on your lens. It's got a graph in the background. I raise it up so I can see white through that, not black, because I got to put a black dot on that line and a corresponding one on that line. Now, if you guys missed any of that, let me recap. I might just say that again later. But let's go ahead and program this shape into the computer. 2333, 2333. Take the lens out. Grab my little tracing element from here, pull the sticker away, line up those. There's a line in the background, so I'm going to line up. Now I'm using this white background to see the 2 black dots I put on there. Line that up. Oh yeah, we good to go. That's what I'm talking about. So we're going to place the frame into the tracing element, hit the right lens only and hit start. It's going to ask me for the bridge length, which is 17. I'm going to enter that, and it's going to go around and trace the outside of the right lens here at freeprescriptionlenses.com, where everyone loves a bargain and no one is disappointed in quality. You buy any genuine authentic Versace frame that I sell and you'll receive 1 free pair of clear single vision prescription lenses or non-prescription fashion lenses. My receipt has my federal ID tax number, so if you have vision insurance, you will get reimbursed for your out-of-network vision and burns. If you have a health savings account flex dollars, you'll get a 100% reimbursement. I forgot to write down these were the 53 eye size with 17 bridge. That is the shape of the lens I'll be cutting. Don't believe me? Boom. So we're going to move on to the next screen. Your pupillary distance is 30, so the computer starts at 32.5. I'm going to tap the minus button until we get to 30. I want to raise the optical center up 2.5 millimeters. 2.5, and we're going to cut the optical center at 19 millimeters. So I need to get your lenses prepped. Your right eye reads plano minus a quarter at 80. Plano minus a quarter at 80. Take the lens out of the protective packet. Put the power drum on plano, because I just did non-prescription lenses. Turn the axis wheel to 80. Make sure that's right, and it is. Put the lens in, rotate until the spherical component comes into view first. And that's actually towards the bottom, so I'm going to flip that over because I know we're going to be working on the top part of this lens. We're at plano minus a quarter. Let me put 3 dots on here. Those are a little light, so let me darken those. Uno, dos, 161. And did I math wrong again? Put an R on there. Say it with me, or don't say it at all. Let's go ahead and do the left lens. Plus 50 minus 1 1/4 at 172. plus 50 minus 1 1/4 at 172. In fact, let me highlight this. Your right eye reads plano minus 1/4 at 80. Plano minus 1/4 at 80. This is the right lens. It says single vision, spherical 1.59 PhotoFusion brown. The left lens plus 50 minus 1 1/4 at 172. Plus 50 minus 1 1/4 at 172. PayPal, thank you, Rocky. He just got the Oakley 8046 airdrops, color 03, the gray shadow, and the 55 eye size. He's getting single vision transitions, extra active gray with the blue flash mirror. And in 2 weeks, when those lenses are ready, you'll see his video too. So, left single vision 1.59, which is the refractive index for polycarbonate lenses. PhotoFusion brown. These lenses have the DuraVision silver. That's why there's a bluish silver anti-glare coating on there. And we're going to turn the axis wheel to 172. Put the power drum on plus, what was his prescription? Plus 50? Okay. Plus 50. Rotate until the spherical component, and I keep, no, that's about it. Okay, we can do that. We can do that. Plus 50 minus 125. I'm at minus 75, so that is correct. I always like to double check everything. Let's put 3 dots on those lenses. Let's darken that for you, for me and for you. And this is the left lens. Now again, if you guys missed any of that, let me recap. So, what was I going to say? There was something about that. There was something about that. It'll come to me later. Don't worry. So, I need to attach these to your lens. These are blocks, or as I like to call them, Jenny from the block. I need to attach 2 double-sided adhesive stickers, of which I've got 2 right here. Like my little sticker collection, my older one, my newer one. I've started. I just got this in the mail today. My Zeiss Certified Vision Expert. And I think it'll only be fitting I start putting my stickers on there. So we're going to place that there. Do the same thing now for this one. Pull the paper away to make the black side sticky. That silver button on the back is a magnet. It's going to do its job twice. The first time it's going to attach itself to another one there in the arm. And the reason why I put those dots on there, it tells me that it's oriented in there just perfectly. So I'm going to get that laid out just right. Check to make sure the lens is large enough, and it is. Make sure everything's ready. Yeah, that's my smudge mark on there. I can't help that. Hit that button, the arm comes down, places the block onto the right lens. We're going to do the same thing now for the left lens. Pull the paper away, line up the magnet. I'm keeping them smudges on there. Don't worry, this stuff dries fast. It's not going to get on your frame. Same pupillary distance for that side, same optical center height. Get everything laid out just perfectly. The blue cross is the geometric center of your frame. Your eye is just above that by 2.5 millimeters. And in set, check to make sure it's large enough. Hit the button, the arm's going to come down, place the block onto the left lens. Now this is the edger. This is what's going to do all the work while I run my mouth. That weighs 200 pounds. I recommend everyone go out, buy their own, put it on your kitchen counter. Then you can cut your own lenses at home, and you won't need this guy with the 2 thumbs with the ink stain on one of them to do it for you. But yeah, what I was going to say was, with these packets, it's written twice. They used to do everything in plus cylinder. That means the astigmatism correction was on the front of the lens, the concave surface. They moved it to the back. The back now becomes front is plus, back is minus. Plus, minus. Same on the lensometer. Plus come at you, minus go away from you. So when they moved the astigmatism correction to the back, they moved it into minus cylinder. Same power, you just change the axis by 90 degrees. So there's 2 ways to write every prescription. I highlight the way that I have received it. But the actual cutting wheel, actually let's do a little bit of something here. The cutting wheel is this diamond crusted wheel that grinds away your lens material until the final size. This flat part of the wheel is going to flatten down any rough edges from the cutting cycle. But let me show you the wheel that's going to cut the groove into the lens. Let me take all this off. This is the Schwarf. This is the safety bevel that comes off your lens when it puts the safety bevel on there. Throw that in there. Now this is the drill blade for doing drill mount frames like silhouettes. This is what puts the safety bevel on, and I'm going to do the front surface and the back surface of your lens, pain in the butt. But this blade is what cuts the groove into the lens, so it'll stay inside the groove of the where the string goes. So let me back up here. That's going to move back over. We're going to wake up the computer. Job ID number 2333. Hopefully you can see that. I've been told you can't see the small numbers on the frames, so I'm trying to bring that in. This is a string mount. There is a groove. There's not a V-shaped bevel. These are polycarbonate lenses. If they were plastic, high index plastic, or Trivex, I would select that. I'm not going to polish the edge of your lens because your lens isn't that strong, and I don't like to do it. Personally, I don't like to put a shiny edge on a lens, even with this much bling, because for one, this comes down and covers most of it, but when you polish the edges, it lets in glare. You're paying to have the anti-glare surface on the front and the back of the lens. Why would you polish the edge of the lens to allow glare in that way? Now, some people say that it looks better, and for the sake of argument, I might be able to agree, but how many people look at your profile versus looking you in the eye? And so that's why I don't like to do it. I am going to put a safety bevel, as I mentioned, on the front convex surface. I'm going to put a slightly heavier one on the rear concave surface of the lens. Press that sticker on there firmly, place the magnet into the chuck, or as by now you know I like to call it the Charles, because I just don't know this machine well enough to call it Chuck. Hit the green start button, the door closes, the clamp shuts. The lens will be traced by the two white styluses, making sure that it's large enough to fit into the frame. And you can see as it's going around tracing the shape of the right lens, and then measuring the thickness of the lens to know where to cut the groove into the lens. The cutting wheel starting to spin. The lens is going to drop down onto the cutting wheel. Waters begin spraying in the background. Cue the water. There we go. That's there to catch the optical sawdust as it comes off the cutting wheel, also known as Schwarf. Now, no water will spray on this lens during the cutting cycle because they are made out of polycarbonate. Polycarb, as I call it affectionately, cuts dry, meaning that no water sprays onto the lens. Now, if these were plastic, high index plastic, or Trivex lens material, it would spray onto the lens for the duration. Now, water will spray onto your lens, but only to wash away the optical debris that you see beginning to form. But as I mentioned, your lenses are made out of polycarbonate, which is 40% thinner and lighter than regular plastic. They are virtually unbreakable. These are high-impact ballistics grade lens materials, the same lens material that our soldiers wear overseas in combat zones to protect their eyes from shrapnel and from flying debris. It also has the most amount of UV protection you can have. Zeiss has partnered with the American Cancer Society because they do offer the most UV protection, all the way up to 400 nanometers. Most UV coatings stop at 380. This goes to 400. It also offers you the blue light protection and the PhotoFusion element of the lens, and of course the DuraVision silver anti-glare coating. Anti-glare is 3 treatments in one. The first treatment, it reduces glare when driving at night, particularly driving at night in the rain, but from street lights, stoplights, computer screens, overhead, fluorescent lights, and such. The second feature is it reduces reflection, so when someone's looking at you, they're not looking at their reflection in your glasses, so it makes for much better eye contact. Or if someone takes a picture with a flash, you're less likely to see that. Or if you take a selfie, you're less likely to see your phone in the lens. Now, the third feature, the machine that applies the Zeiss anti-glare coating known as DuraVision. They have a few different ones. DuraVision Chrome, which has the classic greenish color to it. This is the DuraVision Silver that has a more masculine blue. There's the DuraVision Platinum. This still has the greenish purple to it. The DuraVision Platinum, which is all blue, and the DuraVision Protect, which is the blue light protection that you can add, similar to Crizal Provencia, but it's actually a clearer lens. Crizal Provencia has a little bit of a brownish yellow hue to it. The Zeiss Blue Protect is clear with the purple reflux. That color that you see is known as the reflex. Why is an apple red? Because it reflects all colors back but red. Same for this. That's why these lenses have that color. The purplish hue is for that high spectrum, high energy light in the ultraviolet spectrum. It absorbs that, and that's why it reflects back purple. So it's going around on that spinning blade, cutting a groove into the lens just like a hot knife through butter. Through butter. So now the wheel, it's going to drop back down onto the bevel wheel again to flatten everything out left over from the grooving process. That wheel was groovy. So pain in the butt treated his wife Saria to some Versace's for Christmas. Doesn't sound like that much of a pain in the butt, does it? But hey, we all know our loving nicknames. My wife's nickname for me is Stink Bug, because I do a good impersonation of a stink bug. You want to see? You want to smell? I can really do it after dinner. In fact, it is engraved into my wedding band. It says, Snooky Lumps loves stink bug. Now, my nickname for her was Snooky Lumps. That was long before Snooky on Jersey Shore came out. I've been married for a lot longer than that show has been around, but just one of those lovey-dovey names I came up with. Come here, Snooky Lumps. She called me Stink, but that was a loving term. She called me Stink Bug. I don't think it was as loving. Why do us men, pain in the butt, why do us men get the bad names like Stink Bug and pain in the butt? But I'm her Stink Bug. I'm sorry that God has given me a special talent. Which, by the way, you have never seen in one of my videos. But God has given me a special talent. Hey, give it to me versus someone else. At least I got a loving wife who can put up with it. I'm sure Saria, pain in the butt's wife, puts up with a little stink bug action on his end. My burping, my snoring. God, us men. I feel bad for women. They always have to marry down. Us men marry up. But I'm going to run my thumbnail around the edge of the lens to get the optical sawdust off the lens. Run that around always off the front. Let's do the back. Also like to take a screwdriver. Come here, screwdriver. Like the way that's bent. I made it all air. I used my heating element, heated it up, then bent it back to give me that torque on there to keep the handle away from the lens. So everybody wants to know, how do you mount a lens in that? You got to have the right tool for the job, right? That tool, a little piece of plastic like for wrapping ribbon. So years from now in the future, can I just call you PITB? The years from now, should you ever need new lenses, I can mail them right to you. I'll include one of these straps. I'll show you in just a minute how to pop the lenses out, but to put the lenses in, you have a groove that goes all the way around your lens. You have a string in the bottom of the frame. Everyone sees that. What you don't realize is you have an opposite form of that. It's a figure 8 liner. You have a groove just like this in your frame. There's a figure 8 liner. If you can imagine a figure 8, it slides in there really tightly. And then you've got the string at the bottom. So the figure 8 liner in the top goes into the groove in the top of the lens. You got that one in there. You use this strap, and starting at the outside corner, the reason why I use the strap folded in half is let me grab both sides so I don't have to grab the string, which is hard to do. But I move the strap firmly along. When you hear that snap, it's in there. Now you have to get the strap out of there, so I usually place a finger on the bottom of the lens. Now, but since I'm holding the frame with my finger and my pinky, that leaves this finger and this finger. I don't get a lot of strength on that one, so I use this finger in case anyone's asking. This one, this finger. Everyone pay attention. I'm not sure what you'd call that one. This finger I'm going to put right there and then slide that out. That's my technique. You can come up with your own. So let's go ahead and start cutting the non-right lens, the left lens. Flip that over to L, which is Latin for not right. Place the magnet into the Chuck, the Charles, the Chucky baby, the Chuckaroo, the Chuckarama, or today I'm calling it the pain in the butt. Hit the green button, the door closes, the clamp shuts, the lens is going to be traced by the two white styluses. Okay, stylus is formerly known as white. Now they're a little dingy, I need to clean in there. But it's going around tracing the shape of the left lens. And just like before, measuring the thickness to know where to place the bevel so you have the best cosmetic look possible. And look at that, no edge thickness. And there's no reason to add glare by polishing that, then it's not going to even be seen by anybody. My mother, who lives in an older house in the city, she paid to have, she had older windows that were letting cold air in, hot air in from the air conditioning in the summertime, cold air in the wintertime. So she paid to have all new double-sided energy efficient windows put into her house. But then she leaves the back door open for her dog, and for two reasons. I told her, Mom, don't leave your back door open. An elderly woman living by herself, you can't leave your back door open in case someone comes in and robs you. And two, you know, just so the dog could go out. And two, you paid to have all that money to have brand new windows installed all the way throughout the house, and then you leave the back door open to let the cold air in the wintertime or the hot air in the summertime. That's how I feel. You pay to have the anti-glare coating on the front and the back surface of the lens. Someone's trying to reach out to me. Why would you allow glare in on the edge of the lens? Now, there are some frames where this starts higher and you do see more of the lens. This one you hardly see nothing. So I would not do that. Dry that off. Now that's my old thing. I just got this today. I feel like I should start a new sticker collection on there. So I'm gonna start doing that until all this, all here. You hear what I'm saying? From here to here. We on the same page? Okay. So let's come down here to the, oop, 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 oop. Got me another one. Let's put it on that side. Don't worry, I'm gonna clean your lens off too before I send it back. Come down here to the lensometer, spin the axis wheel to 80. Put it in over the black dot, read the power, and I am getting plano, no power whatsoever, 0, because you need no magnification, no minification in your right eye. And you've actually got the smallest amount of astigmatism correction you can have. Uncorrected astigmatism, of which you've got 5 steps in your left eye, makes 6s and 8s look alike with the letters P and F. Think of it as the fine-tune knob, and we're going to turn that fine-tune knob from 0 to 90 to 180. We're going to stop just shy of the 90th meridian at 80. So let's check that second curve on your eye. And we're at -1/4. 1 tick mark into the red. The minus is from 0. Pluses are in black, minuses are in red. -1/4, minus cylinder on the back of the lens. Plus cylinder on the front, minus cylinder on the back. Now, your right eye, you need 2 steps of magnification. You are far-sighted. So you need 2 steps of far-sighted correction. You need 5 steps of astigmatism correction. And when we get there, we're going to turn that knob to 172. Now this frame, the Versace 1175B, and I just got to put that flashlight on there. Look at that. Look at that. That is what I'm talking about on both sides. Where the Versace 1175B sells for $270. The PhotoFusion brown, gray, green, or blue, but he wanted to have brown for this frame, and I'll show you in just a moment why he made the right decision. Adds $99.99. The DuraVision silver with the bluish hue to it has bluish reflex. Adds $79.99 for a total of $449.98. Now, if you had your own frame and in the future you only needed lenses, it'd be about what, according to my math, $220. I do charge $50, $49.99 for lenses only. All the other prices apply. The PhotoFusion brown, $99.99. The DuraVision silver, $79.99. And I believe that comes around $220 in my head. But I have been known to math wrong. By the way, this purchase is tax-free. That's because I'm in North Carolina. North Carolina considers eyeglasses a medical device. There is no tax on medical devices. I point that out now because a lot of people on the internet are having to charge tax. I will always be tax-free, so you got that going for you. And of course, free shipping anywhere in the U.S. And St. Cloud, Florida is still in the U.S. Man, I would love to live in Florida this time of year. Well, I was just there in Tampa the few days before Christmas visiting my brother. And it got good to me. And I told my wife I wanted to live there. She says, I have no desire to live in Florida. I said, honey, snooky lumps, you don't have to live there. Just come visit me every once in a while. I'll come back in the spring once it cools off so I can plant my garden here, because I'm all about me some gardening. That's what I love. That is, everyone sees my passion that I do at work, my real passion, and it's when I go out in my garden, grow my organic fruits and vegetables. I've got raised beds. I build my own beds out of PVC pipe. I take 6-inch PVC pipe, drill holes in it on all 4 sides, every 8 inches. And that gives me 32 plants per square foot. I put it on a spike in the ground. It can rotate. Deer Park makes a 3-liter water bottle that fits inside a 6-inch round PVC pipe. I take a thumbtack. I poke a few holes in the bottom of that, drop it, fill the whole thing up with soil, and then poke holes in the drainer, and it'll drip out. Every day I add a gallon of water to that reservoir. It drips down on the 4 sides. Again, it's mounted on a spike so I can rotate it. Every day I rotate it a quarter of a turn, so that way everything rotates around, and I grow me some lettuce, some spinaches, radicchio, chard. I'm all about me some fiber lettuce. Hence the term stink bug. Okay, but I grow everything else too. I grow 5 different colors of beefsteak tomatoes. Let's put that one down there. I grow 6 different colors of cherry tomatoes. I grow red, yellow, orange, and purple bell peppers. I grow the Italian bull's horn variety of roasting peppers. Me and Snooky Lumps honeymooned in Italy, and they would have roasted peppers places that were way better than any bell pepper, and that's because they're known as bull's horn. They literally are shaped like a bull's horn. They start off thick and taper down and might curve a little bit, but they are sweeter and softer than a bell pepper, and that's what people grill and roast in Italy. So I had to start growing them here. Now, to take the lens out, I put my thumb on the back of the lens, grab it by the front. I'm going to kind of lift up, create separation, pull the frame this way while pushing the lens downward and outward. Frame comes this way. The lens I'm going to push out here downward and outward. It pops right out. Let's go ahead and put this lens in, tuck it in at the outside corner, inside of the nasal area. Where's my strap? There it is. Place it down there, grab both sides, slide it around, and when you hear the snap, it is in the frame. Put which finger? That's right, this finger. Hi guys. Put that on there, slide that out, you done. You hear that? You're done, kids, you're done. So let's come down here, spin the axis wheel to 172, the fine-tune knob of your astigmatism on the left lens, and I wore off the PD mark, so we'll put a new one on there. We'll find that. And we read the power. We're getting plus 50 in the black. The plus symbol is right next to there. Plus a quarter, plus 50, exactly halfway between 0 and 1. Now you're in the pluses. We're going to subtract 125. You have plus 50 this way, minus 1 1/4 this way. And remember high school algebra? Well, let's use this. You had 50 cents, but a bill came in and you owed $1.25. You would be 75 cents in the red. Let's read that second curvature. 0.75 in the red, 1 tick mark away from 1, so that is cut perfectly. Oh, did I ever put the dot on there? Your pupillary distance, can I even see that? There it is. It's real light, real. Where'd my pen go? Where'd my pen go? What'd I do with it? Oh, it's right there. Your PD for your right eye is 30, for the left is 30, for a total of 60. I'm going to place the PD stick against my thumb on your right lens. When we hold it up to the left lens, we are getting 60 millimeters, so that is cut perfectly. Let's check the optical center height of 19. This time, usually I tell people not to the bottom of the lens, but the bottom of the middle of the plastic. There is no frame here, so this time it truly will be the bottom of the lens. 19 millimeters. 19 millimeters, so that is cut perfectly. Now this is the portion every video that as I clean your lenses, I mentioned that this purchase, again, is tax-free. And also point out that when you get these free shipping, and of course St. Cloud is in St. Cloud, Florida. There's a St. Cloud, Minnesota, and I'm always getting those two confused. But when you get these in the mail, there's a small chance these could fit too loose or too tight. However, there's an 80% chance that one side sits higher than the other. That's because 80% of people have one ear that is higher than the other, and I'm no different, and I'll show you in just a moment. But because of that statistic, 99% of all optical shops will do free adjustments if you ask them. But I'm going to get these in standard alignment first, also known as a 3-point stance. And what I'm doing is called final inspection. So I just made sure that each lens was right, the pupillary distance was the correct width, the height was correct. But I press them on the counter, place them on the counter, and press down. There is no wobble. When I say wobble, when I take off my Versaces and press down, they wobble on the counter, but they sit level on me. I'm wearing the Versace 3245. Mine don't bling, but it does have that little Medusa there. And over there, I've got the blue tortoise with the platinum temples, because it matches my wisdom highlights above my ears. Plus, usually men's accessories are silver and platinum, so I go with that. And I wear a lot of blue. So I flip this over, press down, there is no wobble, close each temple to make sure they overlap perfectly, and they do. That neither temple is askew. Check the tension on each spring hinge to make sure they are the same. If one was tighter, one was looser, I would tighten the loosened one, I would loosen the tightened one until they were the same. Make sure the nose pads, which by the way say Versace on there, and there's a guy who watches my videos that says, you know we can't see that, but I'm going to hold it up anyway. The reason why you can't see that, you need to buy new glasses from me. But make sure that those are the same and even, they're not tilted, the same distance away. But again, any optical shop will do free adjustments if you need them. It only takes about 30 seconds to a minute to adjust a pair of glasses properly. I've got the cleaning cloth now, which I forgot to do in the last video. But I've got that here to clean the lenses, and now I'm going to go ahead and activate them, meaning that I'm exposed them to a strong burst of ultraviolet light. Now, as you can see, by the way, I send out a selfie request in every package. I would love to have pain in the butt. I would love to have your picture with Saria, both rocking your Versaces. Turn your heads towards each other just a little bit so we can see the bling, and we can see her Medusa on her frames, the 3254, I believe, or is it the 3524? I'm dyslexic in the middle of this video. I can't remember. That was last night. That was so long ago. How do you remember her model number? But also send out cleaning instructions, not only on the frame and lenses, so they'll last you for years, but on the premium microfiber cloth that I provide, your Versace cleaning cloth, and your Zeiss cleaning cloth. So all three of those will last you for years, as well as how to care for your case, so it too will last you for years. But let's go ahead and activate these. So I'm exposed them to a strong burst of ultraviolet light. Now, as you can see, it takes about 30 to 45 seconds for photochromic transitions to darken. It takes a little bit longer when you come back inside, 45 seconds to a minute 15 to return back to clear. Now, this is important. Everyone pay attention. All photochromic transition lenses turn dark on day one and will continue to darken every day for the first couple weeks they're exposed to the sun. Look at that brown with the, of course, you could have gone with gray with these temples. You got black and brown in the tortoise. But all photochromic transition lenses will turn dark on day one and continue to darken every day for the first couple weeks they're exposed to the sun. After that, they will work for years at maximum performance. The only time the photochromic transition lenses won't turn dark is behind the windshield of a car. Your windshield absorbs the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays that would cause your dashboard to crack from sitting in the sun all day and your upholstery to rot. So that's why they don't turn dark in a car. Now, if you have a convertible or a motorcycle, they will darken. They're also temperature sensitive, meaning they will get darker when it's 85 and below than they will when it's 95 and above. But I'd like to remind everyone, when it's 100 degrees outside, you're miserable, they're miserable. Nobody works 100% when it's 100 degrees outside. We always work much better when it cools off. And of course, Zeiss invented the photochromic lens. They sold the technology to Essilor, which they branded as Transitions. The new Transitions Gen 8 that his wife got last night, now the Generation 8 turned back to dark and back to clear as fast as the Zeiss lenses have done for the last couple years. That's part of the reason I picked up Zeiss. I was strictly an Essilor man, but I now admit to the errors of my ways. I'm going to offer both to people because Zeiss offers photochromics in more colors currently than Essilor. Since they invented it, they keep pushing the limit. But each one of them is the best product you can have. You can see how fast these turn back to clear versus the Transitions Gen 8. And great protection, great blue light protection. Both have the best anti-glare coatings you can do. They are the Mercedes and the BMWs of the industry. In fact, Zeiss is German, so that's probably a closer analogy of that. But so what can I tell you? I'll tell you what, like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can see more videos, and click the bell icon. That way you will always get notified whenever a new video comes out. You can follow me on Facebook and Instagram as Free Prescription Lenses. On Twitter as Free RX Lenses. If you have any questions about what I can or can't do, go to the Contact Me page on the website. There's a phone number and an email. Just email me and I'll respond back. You can also leave a question or comment in the comment section below. But pain in the butt from St. Cloud, Florida. Thank you so much for the purchase of your wife's Versace, for the video I did last night, Saria, and for this Versace video. You got the Zeiss PhotoFusion brown lenses with the DuraVision silver anti-glare coating. And now hopefully, hang on, I gotta shine the light on this. Now hopefully everyone else has got a chance to see how I bring that love and feeling back to glasses. Thank you. Oops.